It's me again. Welcome back to my channel. Appreciate you guys all watching and subscribing, giving this video a thumbs up, and commenting always on my videos. Love you guys. So today we have a really fun topic. This is something I've been working hard at for the last year, trying and testing out for you guys, and it is the ZOLEO device. And I'm really excited to tell you guys how I've tested it, where I've used it, what I've done with it, why I like it, and why I think honestly everybody needs one. So I'm just gonna kind of give you a background, a review type unboxing video to start, and then these next couple months I'm gonna be testing this in the field, taking it with me on all my shed hunts, my camping trips, my backpacking trips, my fishing adventures, my hunts. Did I say something twice? This thing is gonna be with me everywhere. And I'm gonna continue to put boots on the ground, work hard, and have this by my side to protect me. And I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm gonna give you guys all the details so that you guys can get one and use it as you wish as well. So this little tiny box right here, give you a comparison the size of my hand. This is a satellite communication device. Now, this little thing right here, I'm just gonna give it to you in my terms, how I would understand it, describe how it works. So this little thing right here, all it needs to do is see the sky. I personally like to clip it onto my backpack at all times. Clip it onto your backpack. Then what you do, you buy a plan. The plans are really affordable. The most affordable satellite plans that I have seen, which is personally why I went with the ZOLEO device. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna break it down super easy for you. Step one, clip ZOLEO somewhere where it can see the sky and have it on you at all times when you're in places you wouldn't typically have cell phone service. Next, have your cell phone on you and download the ZOLEO app. Once you have the app, you can get everyone else that you love and care about that you'd want to communicate in the backcountry with to download the app as well. And then what you do is you will always communicate to each other on the app. I'll give you an example, like with my mom who doesn't have a ZOLEO device and lives in New Jersey. So I was in Alaska, I was on my phone, I had this on my backpack, I was way out in the middle of nowhere, had no cell phone service. My mom doesn't have ZOLEO, but she has service and has the app. I was able to message her on my app and it went to her app. She got notifications all the time. And we kept in contact the entire time that I was out hunting in Alaska by myself. So obviously I do a lot of solo adventures. It's very important for me to have something like this on me at all times. Besides the fact that you can communicate unlimited with your friends and family while you're out of service, it also has this little SOS button right here. Now, the very original reason that made me decide that I wanted to buy one of these was actually something very simple. Rattlesnakes. So where I shed hunt, it is desert. You guys have seen it. It's sandy. There's cactus. It's very desolate. Sometimes I am 4, 5, 6 miles, sometimes maybe even 9, 10, 12 hours from service. If I'm doing backpacking trips where I'm just walking deep into the desert farther and farther every day. And this is rattlesnake country. And guess what? When you get bit by a rattlesnake, you have, what I've heard, is a couple hours to get that antivenom into you, or you're done. There is no way if I'm out there, God forbid I get bit by a rattlesnake, that I could survive without this here right here. I have the SOS button. I can also communicate with my friends and family. I can tell them where I'm at. I can send my location. It has a location feature where you can easily send your location through the app. The battery life is absolutely incredible. You turn it on right here. And really besides that, there's just a check mark button and the SOS button, which is covered so you don't press it by accident. And that's it. It's as simple as that. A little charger port right there. Battery life is amazing. Like I said, I've been really impressed with it. And I've been using it. I'm gonna overlay some photos here on all different backpacking adventures, all different hiking and hunting adventures. And it has been so fun for me. I've loved being able to keep in touch with my mom. I've loved just having the peace of mind knowing that if worst case scenario happens, I have a safety device. And I'm also going to be taking it on all of my Chunky Trout Outfitters trips this year. You guys may know I am a fly fishing guide and outfitter owner. I work on the public land where there is no service for days. So this is really gonna help me out this summer and I'm excited for that. One more thing I wanna dive into before we go. I wanna tell a really sad story before we go, but I just wanna use it as an example as to why everybody needs this. Now I know we're all outdoorsmen here on my channel and I love that about you guys so much. And I have been guilty of this as an outdoors woman. I personally always think, well, I'm prepared, I'm skilled, I've got survival skills, I'm safe, nothing bad's gonna happen to me, I got this. I've gone out there without emergency devices, I've been out there without service, I've been out there with not enough food or water, I've done dumb things. I have been there. As I've gotten older, the more I've learned, the more I've become wiser, I've realized it's just not worth risking those things. Life is too short. It is so important to have these measures on you at all times to protect yourself, and I'm gonna give you a really sad example. I apologize in advance for this story. It was a couple months back from now, more than a couple, I wanna say September or October, where I saw this really tragic news story, local news story. Father and his son went away for the weekend on a fishing trip to this very big, very deep, very cold lake. Father and son take the boat out and they're fishing when something tragic happens. I don't know the full details on this. The boat malfunctions, flips over and starts sinking. This is a very desolate, very big, deep, cold lake, 10,000 feet or so. Many people fish it in the fall. The fishing is incredible. So these people are out on the water. Their boat is sinking. The father and son have to go into the water. Dad tries to call 911, doesn't have enough service to get a call out. The father and son are hanging onto the boat, the bottom of the boat, which is upside down floating in the water. Father's on one side, son's on the other side. The son was about 13 years old, I want to say. So they're holding onto the boat. They're trying to flag people down for help. There's nobody around. It's such a big, desolate lake. Think Lake Powell size, you know. Such a big mountainous lake that with the weather and the fog and the clouds and how big it is, you don't see people for days if you're out there. So they're out there, they're stranded, they can't call 911, they have no service, they have no emergency communication system, and they're just out there in this freezing cold water. The temperatures in the outside temperature that night was below 20 degrees, and you can imagine the water was just above freezing. This lake takes a really long time to ice over because it's so deep, but I'm telling you, I fished that lake all summer long. It is never warm. It is always just above freezing because of the elevation. So this is where it gets real sad. They're floating there all night just trying to survive. Eventually, the 13-year-old son dies, succumbs hypothermia, succumbs to the elements, drifts down. Dad goes down, tries to save him, can't save him. This lake is hundreds and hundreds of feet deep. The 13-year-old son has passed away and he's gone. Dad's hanging onto the boat, still surviving until the next morning, where a fishing boat comes out for the morning and does end up seeing him and saving him. He had serious hypothermia and a lot of other issues, and he just witnessed his poor 13-year-old son die in a tragic accident. Now, I'm sorry to ruin your day. I know that's such a sad story, but the first thing I thought of when I saw that story and when I read it in the local news is if that dad had only had a ZOLEO device. Now he could have, this is how simple, none of this could have ever happened. He could have had that clipped to his belt buckle. This is something I like to do when I'm fishing. He could have had his phone in his pocket. Obviously he did because he tried to call 911, but he didn't have any signal. And he could have simply either SOS'd or messaged his wife, messaged some of his other kids. This was a big family, and gotten him help immediately. None of this ever had to happen. The poor 13-year-old boy didn't have to die. And like I said, I'm sorry to give you such a horrible example of why we all need this, but this is just such a great example of how the worst things can happen sometimes, and it's just better to be safe than sorry. Better to be prepared. I do want to say before I sign off of here, ZOLEO also has some really cool different mounts and accessories. This here is a mount kit for the car. I'm gonna be putting this on the Roxer and, like I said, taking it on all my guided trips with me this summer. I'm gonna link ZOLEO and the subscription plan and all the details that I get below in the description box. But then besides that, look for videos of me You will definitely be seeing me using it in every single shed hunting and outdoors video. It's always gonna be on my hip. Look for that little gray and green box. I'm sure you guys will see it. I just want to say it is so important to me that we all stay safe. I really care about you guys. You guys know at the end of every episode, I say stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. I really care about you guys. I urge you to try ZOLEO because it is the most affordable satellite communication device, and it is the one that I personally use and trust and take with me every day. If you have tried it or you're going to look into it, go ahead and put that in the comment section below. And besides that, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and we will see you on the next YouTube video. Okay, bye!